got the key to be free now, so let's be free now. I ain't gonna let the devil win, nah, never. I ain't gonna let the devil in, nah, never. Feel worried, that's the devil at work on God. I'ma put him in the dirt, in the dirt, in the dirt. I ain't gonna let the devil win, nah, never. I ain't gonna let the devil in, nah, never. Feel worried, that's the devil at work on God. I'ma put him in the dirt.
All right, hello and welcome back to the second episode of the Hangout League podcast. My name is Hunter Dial. I am your host. I'm the COO of the Hangout League. I'm here with Dustin Brown, who is the CEO and head honcho of the Hangout League. We have our what? He doesn't like the titles I give him, but
the formal introduction.
Anyways, so welcome back. Today we are going to deep dive into an overview of the Hangout League. We're going to talk about the who, what, when, where, why, how much. If you are in a place where you are wondering about the details of the Hangout League, this is your episode. We hope that we can provide some good info because we get asked a ton of questions. And so we just figured with this podcast, we'll answer some of those questions. So we hope this helps. Shout out before we get started to our sponsors, as always, Rawlings. We are Rawlings endorsed Collegiate Summer League. Shout out to Rawlings. And then also shout out to Pop Athletics. We are currently in the Pop Athletics studio in Dallas-Fort Worth. If you are an athlete in DF-Dub, check it out. It is bonkers cool. Super cool.
World class. I mean,
super world class.
It has everything you could possibly need.
Yes, and it is ran
and more.
And it is ran by a former Texas Ranger, Sean Tollison. Maybe one day we'll get him on the pod. I haven't got that far yet. Anyways, so Dustin, if you could you start off by telling us, maybe explaining it like someone is watching who has never even heard of the Hangout? Can you explain the who, what, when, where, why, how much? Tell us, what is the Hangout League?
Okay, so the Hangout League is a collegiate summer baseball league. So maybe you've heard of the Cape Cod, you've heard of the Northwoods, maybe the Coastal Plains. And if you've never heard of any of those, you've probably heard of the Savannah Bananas, who played in the Coastal Plains, which was a collegiate summer baseball league. So basically, what we are is a collegiate summer baseball league. We host college players from all over the country at a single site for the summer. We just have multiple sites now. So we originally started in Shreveport, Louisiana. We expanded to Pensacola, Florida, then Dallas, Texas. Now we're starting a new location in San Diego, California. So it's a 4 to 5 week long collegiate summer baseball league. So what you're getting, games, playing time. You sign up through the Hangout League. We have a draft mid-May. You'll be placed on a team. If you have friends or peers that are playing in college that you want to play with, you can make a request to play with them, and we'll see to that request that you get to play with your friends or your teammates. If you have a coach request, we will make sure you're on a team with your whatever coach is coaching that is your request. And then we'll have a draft, and all the teams are basically under the Hangout League's umbrella at a single site. So that means in Shreveport, all of our games we played at Centenary College. In Pensacola, all of our games will be played Monday through Thursday at Pensacola State College. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they will be at University of West Florida. In Dallas, all of your games will be played at either UT Dallas or Dallas College Eastfield. And in San Diego, all of your games will be hosted at Cal State University San Marcos. So unlike some other summer leagues where you might play on a team in Shreveport. I might play on a team in Lafayette. Chris might play on a team in Baton Rouge, and then we all have home games. We travel. This takes out the travel. So there's no bus rides. There's no, playing a series, then you're hopping on a bus, staying a night, playing a 2-game series. It cuts out all of that. It's all single site. You show up, you play your game or your 2 games that day or 3-4 games that week, whatever it is. You have access to the cages at the field. We have housing at each one of these locations. So it's unlimited. It's available to anyone. So I think that covers the what and the who. This is for collegiate athletes, collegiate baseball players, or high school committed players. And if you're watching this and you're in an unsigned or uncommitted high school senior, you are also eligible and you can register. We'll probably reach out. We'll want to see some video, you know, normal stuff, but it's available to you as well. So high school seniors through college seniors, that's the who, the what. We're a single site or 1 to 2 site collegiate summer baseball league, where we already went over that. Shreveport, Pensacola, Dallas, and San Diego. Yeah, and I think we'll probably go into this later, but housing is probably one of the things that makes us unique. We host players from Hawaii. We host players from Canada, California to New York to St. Martin Island to Puerto Rico. I mean, literally all over.
How does housing work? So if I'm a player and I let's say I live in Nebraska, shout out the Cornhuskers, and I want to play in San Diego. I don't know anybody in San Diego. I want to do the housing. How does that work?
Yeah, I believe we had a kid from Nebraska last year, Moises, right? Moy Pandur. So, and he stayed with another one of the kids from St. Martin Island.
Yeah, so we had a guy who speaks Spanish and a guy who speaks Dutch living together.
Yeah.
How cool.
So you'll have roommates. No matter which location you're in, you'll have roommates. Depending on location will depend on your housing situation. So this is very specific to each league. If you were playing in Florida, we have 2 options. You can live on campus at University of West Florida. That's basically an apartment style on-campus living. So you have a common room, you have a kitchen, you know, like a living kitchen. You have 2 bathrooms, and you have 2 rooms on each side of the apartment, basically. Everybody has their own bed, of course. In all locations, everyone has their own bed. Similar,
which, by the way, is a step up. I can remember Dustin telling me about his collegiate summer experience, where they were in 2 beds per hotel room and 2 guys per bed.
2 full beds in a motel.
Good God,
dude! But honestly, we didn't care.
Yeah,
like we were thankful. Like we were like, dude, we're hanging out at the beach for a month playing baseball. If I have to figure out how to keep my whole suitcase in, you know, a 4x3 square, you know, and you that's literally, you had like a sliver of, you know,
put the shoes in the
square
closet
footage.
just immediately. You step in,
No
take
closet.
your shoes off.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No closet.
Whew.
You thought. But yeah, so to get back on track here.
Yep, sorry.
University of West Florida, on campus. You will have a similar option to that in Dallas. You'll be UT Dallas, and the price on those 2 are going to be similar. Now in Florida, we have a budget-friendly option, and that is the Hangout Inn. We call it the Hangout Inn because it's where most of the Hangout players stay. We have umpires that stay there. We've actually had coaches that stay there. So it is a newly renovated motel.
Mm-hmm.
It is in Pensacola. It is in a good area. It is surrounded by a bunch of local businesses, a lot of restaurants.
You can walk to a Texas Roadhouse, and you can walk to an academy if that.
Yeah, and then literally in the same parking lot. Actually, this is all in the same parking lot, but literally in the same parking lot, there's a little sports bar right there. So there's a pool. All of the rooms are 2, basically 2 full beds, 2 players per room. So you don't get as much privacy as you might get at UWF, but it is a budget-friendly option. So it'd be you and a roommate, 2 beds, an extended stay motel room. You walk outside, and obviously, like, everyone else is there too. So that's the beauty of it, is if you want to be kind of where the happening place is, that's at the Hangout Inn.
And it's vibey too. I mean, it's bright colors. They got a pool.
Yeah.
Like, they've got funny quotes on the bathroom walls. Like, it's newly renovated, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, you kind of got to go, like, when you say motel, that, you know, kind of gives you kind of got to explain, like, it is newly renovated. You know, everyone is staying there, and it's probably not as polished as a newer, you know, on-campus apartment, but it's a budget option.
Yeah.
So that's Florida, UWF, Hangout Inn. Dallas, you have UT Dallas, which is going to be just similar to UWF. It's an apartment style on-campus housing at UT Dallas, 3 to 4 rooms per apartment, bathroom, common area, kitchenette area. And then same thing in San Diego. It's going to be on campus. That's the only option we'll have available to offer, be on campus living. The really cool thing about the Cal State San Marcos housing is you have an outdoor like lounge and pool right outside your room. So like
That is cool.
you come down, like you're staying on campus, but this looks like a resort style pool. I mean, it's really neat.
Yeah.
And so those are set up to where either six or seven bed apartments, on campus apartments. So that's a combinations of double 2 bedrooms and single bedrooms. So just depending on
And for all these accommodations, in case you were wondering, you pay the Hangout League. So you pay the Hangout League. The
Yeah.
Hangout League, 'cause we get discounted rates because we put groups in all of these places.
Yeah.
So the way that you're able to get those rates is that you pay us, and
Yep.
we we then get invoiced on the back end.
Getting a call from Tyler Welch.
Tyler Welch.
Yeah. Should we
All
tell
right.
him
Did-
we're
Answer it. Tell him we gotta be quick.
hey, we got to be quick. We're episode 2 of the podcast happening right now. All right, I'll call you back later. All right, bye. Hangout Louisiana league director.
and assistant baseball coach is sitting there. Tyler Welch. Shout out to him.
He wanted to know what was up. He saw somebody. It was either the pages or your Instagram story probably. So let's wrap up housing real quick, and then we can kind of like answer any questions. But so you can go on our website and you can go down to pay fees, and this is something you can do separately. You can pay your player fees and your housing fees separately. Anytime you pay for anything on our website, we will see it and we will log it into our system. We'll know exactly how much you paid, whether that's on the website, whether you chose to do Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, whatever it is. We will keep track of that.
Okay.
And those are separate fees. So you'd go on the website and pay for housing for your specific location on the website. So if you know you're going to play in San Diego and you know you're going to need housing, you want to go ahead and secure your spot. You can go purchase your housing, and then you can pay for your player fee later on. We know if you paid for housing that you're coming to play, and you might need some time to get your player fee in, and that's fine. And then Louisiana is unique. We don't have on-campus housing because we're from Shreveport, and we have so many resources and so many people. We have host families, but with either like ADU units, like a mother-in-law suite, or a guest house. So that's typically where you're staying in Shreveport, kind of next door or in a guest house.
Cool.
And I'll say our guest houses in the Shreveport League are every year the players come back. Like we always have returning players to this guest house because they love staying with those people.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
like the people that are hosting our players in Shreveport want to host them and like want to hang out with them. But you have your own space. You have your own closed door. You can close the door, lock the door, and you're on your own. But man, they have a lot of fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Chris, you good? Yes, good point. Payment options.
And this is for housing. This is also for player fees, by the way. What did you say?
Yeah, this is very important. So I've been through this. I've done this. I played in college. I played summer ball on the coast. It cost me at that time, I think $750. And I can tell you right now, I didn't have anywhere near that much money, but the website allowed me to pay a little bit at a time. So I went and got a job being a host at Outback, and that got me like my first 200.
Shout out to the Bloomin' Onion.
Yeah, right. So, like I paid $200 in February or whatever it was, or January. And then I started working at the courthouse when I was in college, and I paid $150 there, $200 there. So like we understand it is a lot of money. You're paying for an experience, and you're also paying to live.
Yep.
Like you're paying rent, depending on which location, but all these locations are pretty much prime spots. At least some of them are like really prime spots in terms of like the whole country. So you got to look at it that way. You're paying for an experience. You're paying for summer baseball, but most of what you're paying for is rent if you need housing.
Yeah.
And so we know, it's a lot to fork up at one time. And so for that reason, we will work with you.
Yes.
If you pay online, it's going to charge you some additional fees, some service fees, website fees. We offer a firm at checkout too. So if you want to finance, you pay a little bit of interest. Honestly, it's not a bad deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to tell you what I would do if it was me. If I wanted to pay, in payments or payment plan, I would Venmo or Cash App us because it's not going to charge you any interest. You can send a partial payment today. We're going to put that in, and by the end of the day, everyone in our system knows that you're committed and you're in, and we can secure your spot.
Yeah.
And you're not paying any extra fees, any interest, nothing like that. And
Definitely
you
the
can pay
best way to pay 'em up.
incremental. Oh, before I forget,
Yep.
and to add to that, if you scroll down, you'll see sponsor a player. So that goes for corporate sponsors, but also I'm trying to go play summer ball. I need to fundraise $2,000. I have 200 or 300 I can put down right now, or maybe I'm trying to get to that. I can go ask my boss, hey, I'm trying to go play summer ball, or a local friend, a local business or friends, family, whatever, for Christmas, maybe say, I'm trying to raise money to go play summer ball.
Yeah.
So Aunt Pam can sponsor you by Venmo and $100 and putting your name, or she can go on the website and go down to sponsor a player, fill out the first 3 lines, send $100 to sponsor you. So, if you can knock off a little, someone else can help you, and you get some sponsors, you get some help. You can knock it out, or you can at least get really close. So when it comes down, to late May, you're like, all right, I got $200 or $300 I got to come up with before I leave town, to finish, and we'll make sure you're good. So.
Cool.
I'm not sure where you want me to go with that.
Yeah, basically, if
Yep.
you get injured, we're not gonna make you necessarily pay everything.
Yeah.
Or whatever. You explain it better.
Well, I mean, you can't control injury, so I mean, if you end up, say you pay all your fees early and you got everything, and then you're playing in the conference tournament in the first week of May, and you have a serious injury, doctor shuts you down, and you call us like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to play. We're gonna send you your money back. We believe in doing good, so
Yeah,
doing
absolutely.
doing the
we're
right
not,
thing.
We're not bad people over here. We understand.
Yeah,
We also played baseball, so
Yeah.
we get it. Okay.
that's for parents too. I mean,
Yes,
they want to know
absolutely.
where their money's going. So.
Okay, a couple more things before we wrap up here in a few minutes that I'll add. Number one is playing time. Our rosters vary anywhere between. It depends on which location you are at. But we try very hard to not put more than 20 players on a roster. We might have 21, maybe in a league or two. But in those situations, we have lots of POs. Like I think we had in Florida, we might have had a team last year that had more than 20, but it had like 7 or 8 POs.
The ratio to
Yeah.
position players to POs.
Yeah, and so we keep
take
our
that into
rosters
account.
very reasonable, and we make sure that you get playing time. Like we are a pay to play league, and so because of that, we want to make sure that if you paid, you get to play, right? So I know there are some leagues differ from league to league, but like I've heard of leagues that have had like 30 plus people on the roster.
Very very common to have over 40 on a summer team, not a college roster, but on a summer team.
Yeah.
35 is probably average, but I've seen rosters over 40 players, and so like you're saying,
Yeah.
we can guarantee playing time because it's a pay to play league.
Mhm.
And look, I'm not saying if you get invited to go play in a premier league, that might be the best opportunity for you.
Yeah.
That might be what you should do. But if you're trying to, guarantee that you throw your innings or you get your at bats and get equal opportunity, we can guarantee that because if you're playing in Louisiana, it's probably 15, 16 guys on a roster.
Yeah.
You're playing in Florida, you're going to be playing some more games. We got to get more games in that period of time. So there's going to be more pitchers, there's going to be more players. You're going to be 18 to 21 probably. Dallas is going to be more around 17 players. San Diego is probably going to be in that 17 player mark. Just it depends on pitching, but you can go play in other leagues, and for some people that'll be good. But when you do that, you're surrendering.
Yeah.
You're not paying to play, and that is what we're offering. So
And then also one more.
yeah, I hope the mic picked that up, but in case it didn't, Carson, Chris, is basically saying, you might have to pay for your flight to go fly up to, play in, we're just going to say this league, but you might throw one inning a week, and you might have 5 or 6 appearances, but and then between all your travel and everything else, basically we like to think it's worth your money to at least know what you're getting with us.
Yes. Also, 2 things real quick. Number one, we're a 1-month league. At first, your thought process might be like, oh man, that's only probably the games that I'm playing is in the teens. That's not maybe what I want. I would challenge you to rethink that because I think there's a lot of benefit to a 1-month league. If you play in June, you get to go fishing in July. And honestly, with the amount of baseball that people play in today's modern baseball atmosphere, I think it's good to go fishing in July. And so I personally love the idea that we are a 1-month summer league because it gives you time off. I think time off is really important. And then the last thing that I want to add is like we are the Hangout League. We're not the take ourselves too seriously. And so we like to have a good time. I mean, we firmly believe in competition and being a competitive league, but we also firmly believe in, for lack of a better word, hanging out. I mean, in Dallas, we play our championship at Frisco Rough Rider Stadium. And at the very end, one of my favorite things that we do at the Hangout League, which is not even a thing that we do, but it's really cool. At the very end, if you win the championship game in Dallas, you get to go jump into the lazy river at Frisco Rough Rider Stadium.
Yeah.
And it's a vibe. It's really cool.
Well, if you look at the list of people who have gotten to do that, you're on the list with some pretty cool people.
Absolutely.
And even if you lose, you can go jump in. No one's ever done it, but like no one's stopping you.
That's a good point. I'm not gonna stop you from having a good time.
I wanted to say to your point on the summer ball. I played summer ball for 4 years.
Mhm.
I played summer baseball for 4 years, and I never played in a league that lasted more than 5 weeks. But that's what I wanted to do.
Mhm.
I wanted to have at least 3 or 4 weeks before I went back to school in early August to just hang out with family, or friends, or go do stuff, enjoy being 20, 22, whatever, 18 to 22, enjoy my summer a little bit. So, and I know that's not for everybody. Some people want to go play 40 games. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. So we want the guys that are looking to play, 4 to 5 weeks.
For sure. No shame if you go play a full summer. And
It
you
might
play
be a better
60
opportunity for
games,
you,
yeah.
honestly. We're not for everybody, but
For sure. Real quick though, one more thing before we hang it up today about those bigger leagues. We have, I'll get Dustin to explain this a little bit better. We have sent a few players to a couple of those leagues. You want to tell us briefly about that?
Up until this year, we had sent a few players. I'd say now we sent several players. So if you come to the Hangout League and you perform well or at an above average level, we have premier leagues around the country that are calling us asking for, hey, I'm looking for some pitching. Hey, I need an outfitter. Hey, I need a catcher. So doing well with us is an avenue if you want to play some more games. And I'll just say this, like these leagues we're talking about are not pay to play leagues. They're invite only.
Yeah.
So you might have to pay to play in a league. If you choose to play with us, and you perform well, you do well, we can help you, play some more games in a premier league if you produce, if there's, that demand there. We don't promise that, we don't advertise that, but we've sent several players to multiple premier leagues around the country every year, especially this past year. And Chris can elaborate on that, but maybe after we cut. Yeah, and it is. It's all based on their needs. So that's, like I said, we don't advertise it for that reason, but we send players, to play in other leagues. I'll put it to you this way, MLB draft leagues. That's MLB endorsed MLB draft leagues. So.
All right, so I think that just about wraps up our time today. We will be having more episodes with lots of more information coming out soon. Again, we're going to try to release these episodes either every week or every other week. We're going to have some interviews. We're going to continue to elaborate on some things you might have some questions on. We're going to tell some stories in the future of things that have happened in the Hangout League. So continue to check back in with us. If you haven't already, give us a like, give us a follow, share this, help us out. We really appreciate that.
Last thing.
Yep.
If you're looking to play college summer baseball, you think the Hangout League is a good fit for you, the first thing you need to do, go to the website, hit the registration button.
Yes.
You fill out that registration, one of us, someone from the team will reach out to you. That is step one, as always. Register on our website, www.hangoutleague.com.
Boom. There it is. We will see you guys in another video. Thanks for hanging out with us.